Hello everyone, this is Agent Citron, and today I'm going to show you finally how to mod Transformers the game. Now, there was a tutorial previously done, however the video quality wasn't really the best, and there wasn't any commentary. So, this tutorial includes commentary, so I will help you understand how this game works and how to mod it. What you'll need is the game, and this right here. This is called Quick BMS. This is a file extractor. This will decompile the DAT files that the game is included in. So you have to download this part right here. Quick BMS generic files extractor and reimporter. Once you get that, you have to scroll down here. To make this easier to find, I'm going to press Control F and we're going to type in TTG because it means Traveler's Tales. Yeah, right here. This will extract the data files from Transformers the game. You have to have this. Like, well, no. Once you click on TTG games, right here, you right click and press Save Page As, and save it as a BMS file, and just make another folder here called a Quick BMS and put it right here. This is it. Alright, so now what you're going to do is you're going to drag this into the exe. It's going to tell you to open a file. So, I'm going to go to its install location. Now there's two in here, two data files. There's low and there's high. Low is the low resolution data files, and that's basically the PS2 files. And at the top is high, and that's like the PS3, Xbox 360 files. Basically the HD content that HD assets pack that you can select to use. So press low because low is actually the full game. This is the full base game. So you're going to open that. And then just this output folder. So I'm going to go back to where I saved it. Just put in mods, Transformers the game modified, modded game content. Press save. And now you wait for it to decompile. As I wait for it to decompile, it will take a few minutes. So I'm going to go over what else you're going to need. Now, this is optional. You may need Notepad++ to edit the CFG files, but personally I don't really need to use it because I have the regular Notepad will be able to open CFG files. So you can just wait till this is done. I'm going to pause the recording until it's finished. Alright, I'm back. And it says press enter to quit. So you do that. And now it's in modded game content. These are the main files. So this is actually a separate game than your original folder. Like see right here. This is the original. This is unaffected. So after this, you have that. You're going to drag all of these here. Copy it. Go back to where you decompiled it at and paste it. So that means you're making basically a whole nother game for it. What's good about Transformers the game is that it will read the content without having to be recompiled into the DAT folder again, which makes modding a lot easier. So you don't have to recompile and decompile over and over again. So right now it's copying all the cutscenes and audio files, so it will be able to run this as its own game. And also the executables in here. And it also allows us to use the high definition content, as I copied over the high data pack. So we wait for this copy to finish. And you just run the game from the executable that you put in the modded folder. As if you launch the original executable, it will launch the original game that has not been modified. So you don't have to do any backups because you could just decompile it again and delete your folder. It helps. I would do that. It saves you some space too, but I do recommend, watch, I'll show you when this is finished. I do recommend copying the levels folder because this is what we're going to be modifying. Original. Alright, now that that is done, we're gonna go to Modify Game Content. And first of all, before we start modifying stuff, go to Characters and go down here to Creatures CFG. Right here, this is the master list of all the characters that are included in the game. This is found in every levels folder, and the reason this is because when the game starts, it loads the Creatures CFG, which tells the game what characters to load into memory. This has the whole list of characters, so you don't have to worry about copying over individual sets of data. So you go that, you copy creatures, you go back, and you go to levels, and you can pick any of the levels you want to modify. For instance, I'll tell you Airbase. This is Gathering Force, Autobot bonus 1. This might be unused. Auto City Boss, this is Optimus vs Megatron. Barricade Tranquility, that's Hunt for Sandwich Wiki. Blackout Tranquility, this is a test level. I uploaded footage of that on my channel. City, that's the standard Autobot City level. Right before the Ultimate Doom. I forgot what it's called. Seaview, forgot what that one is. Cybertron, yeah, these are the bonus levels. Decepticon City Boss, that's Megatron versus Optimus. Demo Tranquility, this is the Suburbs level. Demo Tranquility, because it's used in the demo as well. Front end, not sure what that is. Hoover Dam. Yeah, Hoover Dam and Hoover X, these are both unused right here. And they're only seen in the cutscene after you finish Gathering Force. Hoover, that's inside the dam. In the city, I think that's Decepticons City. Quitar, that's Blackout's first level. Start screen, that's the main screen that you start the game at, the title screen. Sub missions is the bonus levels like Sumo that you find. Test Tranquility, that is another unused level. I have footage of that on my channel. And Tranquility 2, that's more than meets the eye level. So I'm going to take one of the suggestions. Let's see. Blackout versus Optimus Prime. Brawl versus Ironhide. I'll probably do these soon. So we're going to do Blackout versus Optimus Prime. We are going to do Starscream versus Optimus Prime. And we're going to do Brawl versus Ironhide. Alright. So, first we're going to do the first one that's up here, which is Blackout versus Optimus Prime. And he says, play as Optimus. Alright. So, not all these levels can be used for doing that. So, I'm going to choose the one that usually works. And that is Barricades, Tranquility level, Flight of the Bumblebee. Flight of the Bumblebee, whatever. So, you have Creature CFG. Paste it. Overridden. Alright, so Decepticon Chapter 4. That's what we're going to want to change. So, this includes basically the whole entire level. Player type Barricade. This is telling you what you're going to be playing as. And also load creatures. So it's telling what to load into memory. And it's reading it from Creature CFG. So, right now, the goal is to make it so we play as Optimus and we fight Blackout. So, change Bumblebee to Blackout. Change player type. If you're not sure how the capitalization works, you go here and you go here and you see where it says creature CFG. Open with Notepad. So it's Optimus Prime. It's not capitalized at all. Like Bone Crusher is Bone and then Crusher. So watch out for that. This is the list of all the characters in the game. So we have Blackout, and we're just gonna use Optimus Prime here. Alright, so now we're going to correct the rest of it. So scroll down here. Now it says create module, creature, spawn, boss, type, Bumblebee. We're going to change that to Blackout. So now you should scroll down and look for it. There it is again, it's spawning again, so you have to Blackout. And actually it's spawning the bosses multiple times, so that means I can fight Blackout, and then I can fight Starscream. So the next one I will change it so this is Starscream. Actually no, I can't because it's not loading into memory. I can't. I'll have to use that for a different mission. There it is again. Change it. Blackout. Well, you could just use this to make it easier. And now you have to press unload it, so it unloads it from memory. Alright, so it looks like we successfully done it so far. So now we save it and we can close it. And the game's pretty much ready to launch from here. So, but I'm gonna fill out these first. So now, Starscream versus Optimus Prime. So to make this, we're going to go to a different level. We're gonna do City, AI. This is the Autobot one. So number 2. Yep, this is it. This is where Jazz fights Starscream and Blackout. And we're going to change Jazz to Optimus Prime so he can fight Starscream. Alright, looks like there's only one that we need to edit. And don't forget to put in your creature's CFG. Very important. It will crash if you do not. And yes, I've had that happen before. So, what else? Brawl versus Ironhide. So we're going to go to in the city. I think this is the, yeah, this is Decepticons. We're gonna put creatures in here. And it's chapter 3, if I'm not wrong. You play as Blackout here. So, Blackout. Looks like there's only one we need to change here. Brawl. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Brawl. Alright. There you go. Yep, there it is, Brawl. So, we save that, close it. And now we should be good to go. I will have to stop the video so I can change into game recording mode. So yeah, I will see you in the game. Welcome back to Transformers the Game modding tutorial. Now, we are in the game right now, so let's try it. Now we should be fighting Blackout as Optimus Prime.
That auto trash.
And successful. Now let's fight Blackout.
Him.
Optimus is very strong, as you can see.
Don't
He
let him
took down
escape.
Blackout very quickly. What's good about this level, in particularly for modding, is that when he runs away from you, it's not actually using car mode, so you don't have to modify the scripts to make it so that it's a different vehicle that's running away from you. As in the suburbs, when you fight Barricade as Bumblebee, he actually transforms into car mode and you have to chase after him. Here, this is not the case. If you try to do that, if you don't do it correctly, like I have done before, it'll just not be there. The car will cease to exist, in a sense. Now we're driving to the set location. We beat Blackout again. Very easy, we'll be done here within a couple minutes.
Destroy that Autobot.
Alright, so Blackout's dead now, and these guys, they'll still attack you, even though they're on your side. That guy was having some issues there. He was waving his arm around. So that was pretty simple. Pretty quick and easy. That was a successful mod, and I completed one of the requests. So now we're going to go to the next one, which is Optimus versus Starscream. The Last Stand, that's what it was called. So now we're waiting for it to load. Again. For some reason, the character splash screen still exists inside the game, even though they're not being used in the PC version. Instead, you have a scene from the opening FMV, which is strange because this game is they didn't make the PC version first. The console version was made first, and then it was ported over to the PC. As I saw from looking at the files, it looks like the high-res was ripped from the Xbox 360, and the low-res was from the PS2. As it displays control for the PS2, PS3, and Xbox 360, and also the Wii. Surprisingly. Alright, so now this is Unfriendly Skies. I should have replaced Jazz with Optimus. Yep, we have.
Take him out.
So, here we go, we're gonna fight Starscream. damage his jet boat a little bit. Look that way. I'm not gonna play through the whole one unless I can beat him really quickly. Actually, you can actually do damage to Starscream here. Didn't really know that before because Jazz has a his bullets travel in a slow speed, so we're gonna beat Starscream real quick. Optimus is pretty powerful, so you shouldn't have any problem. Okay. Alright, he's done. Now we fight the
If I were you, I would have called for backup too.
Here he comes. Yep, waiting on you. One thing I like to do is you can perform it where you can. Actually, that's slower. But if you shoot him while he's in vehicle mode when he's flying up before he comes down, you don't. He will transform again if you hit him, and then you won't have to throw another object at him. But it does less damage, so I don't recommend it. Oh, he's dead. So
Blackout has joined the battle.
Blackout, take him on real
Careful,
quick.
Jazz.
You know, there's no point of actually doing the other mod because I could just fight Blackout here, but I think it's good to show you how to replace bosses like that, just like I replaced the default drones to make them fight each other.
Sorry,
the Swindle
Decepticon,
and
but there's
Camshaft.
only room for two to tango here.
Just gonna grab myself a pole. Defeat the next one. Dribbling number 2. I didn't find it, so. Alright, let's just grab another one of these poles, lock onto them, throw it. Another transform before I can do that. Optimus always swirls around when he's throwing something, and that actually makes it a little bit inaccurate when he does it.
Now,
Alright, I get to finish them both off. This will be very quick. Blackout, you just need to take out his first bar for him to transform. Yep, just kill him real quick. That did have his health. He's dead. And wait for Starscream to come down here. Starscream actually has more health than Blackout. It's sometimes challenging fighting them as Jazz. It's not because the character themselves are strong, it's that you have the military shooting at you at the same time. Alright, so that was pretty quickly. No, that was pretty fast. Pretty quick. We beat Starscream and Blackout. It was Optimus Prime. And now we're going to do the last one where we fight Ironhide as Brawl.
I just took out 2 of them.
Alright, so now we will fight Ironhide as Brawl. Now I had to cut the recording there, not only because I was running low on time for the 10-minute recording because Bandicam trial version, also because the audio of the game for some reason just cut out for no reason. So I had to restart to get it going back again. So now we're gonna this mission right here. Hopefully we will be playing as Brawl.
The
Yep, we are.
Allspark is mine.
Alright, so now
Ironhide.
we'll just fight these guys. I would modify the other level for the Autobot campaign, but for some reason it doesn't really work out that well. I have to get around working on it
You will
because
never defeat us, Autobot.
Ironhide
You are
and his
doomed to
special
destruction.
attacks, it's sort of hard to carry over because he has 2 attacks. Now, none of the NPC characters are capable of climbing buildings, and if you try picking up a character as Brawl, never mind. But I guess it doesn't apply with characters. But if you try to pick up a object, he will not be able to pick it up since he's not designed to be played. I doubt we'll be able to finish this, so this mission gets hard. You have to pick up stuff to defeat later enemies.
I will crush you, and then lay waste to this insignificant world.
Let's try out the tank mode. As you can see, the camera doesn't really like it. Neither does that camera. This is the same thing with Shockwave, except Shockwave it's a lot worse. Brawl is incapable of climbing buildings. Along with Shockwave, he can't climb buildings either. With the NPC characters, it gets hard to pick up objects, and he's about to pummel me. Ow. Yep, shoot like a madman gets me every time. Nah, I hate that. Well, that about concludes it for the modding tutorial, and I did 3 requests. Comment below if you want any further requests, and I will attempt to make it if possible. I'll see all y'all in the next video.